Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is just a video on, well, it's something important that needs to be put out. Lisa, we know you're not starving. We know you're not homeless. You've been living with Donald this whole time and you're eating. But this video is for you and it's for anybody else who may need it. It is the complete list of resources in Pittsburgh. And I'm pretty sure it's, a lot of it is for Pennsylvania as well. There is the well-known number that you can call, 211, and they will help you with these resources. They will help you get into a homeless shelter. They will help you find a food bank or a soup kitchen, whatever you may need. 211. You don't even need cell phone service to call 211. You can just call it. But hey, since Lisa knows this and she's just not willing to do it because 211 doesn't issue out, vouchers for crack, she's not going to call it. But let's just go ahead and do this video, put out the resources that are much needed by many, many people who want the resources and want the actual help. Lisa says here you go, Lisa. Here's your help. And this is really all the help you deserve. So this first one on here is called Dress for Success. And basically, Dress for Success provides professional clothing that helps women to obtain what they need for an interview, from clothing to confidence, and they can return once they find employment for the apparel and accessories needed to enter the workforce. So not only do they give you clothing to go to the interview, but they will also give you clothing to start your job, until you can actually gain a couple paychecks and buy your own clothing to go to work. My advice is, once you're able to afford your own clothing, donate the clothes back to Dress for Success. That way somebody else can use it if they're in need. Their phone number is 412-201-4204. And hey, Lisa, they're located at 305 34th Street, number 1311 in Pittsburgh, PA 15201. They are opened Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday and Saturday. They are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So there you go. They're literally open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So there's no excuse for you not to get clothing to go to a job. Now let's go through what this program provides. Provide is assistance choosing an interview outfit and guidance and support for upcoming interviews. The cost is free. And you can go to the program's website at dressforsuccess.org /programs /suiting /. So the next thing on our resources list is the Emergency Shelter Allowance, ESA. The Department of Human Services offers an emergency shelter allowance, ESA, to help a homeless or near homeless family individual to stop eviction, find a long-term place to live, and find a short-term place to live. This service helps ensure people experiencing financial hardship don't end up on the streets. This program provides help pay for housing. Contact your county assistance office, ask what you need to do to apply for an emergency shelter allowance. If you are not receiving any benefits now, you must fill out an application for benefits. The website is there, right there. I probably shouldn't have to read it out, but it is www.pa.gov /services /DHS /apply /for/the/emergency /shelter /allowance /ESA.html. Because Lisa obviously doesn't know how to read very well, so I went ahead and out loud. Next up on our list of goodies is the Pittsburgh homeless shelters. So, Lisa, I know you say you're homeless, even though we know you've been living with Donald since the eviction. But let's say you just get tired of living with Donald, okay? And you want to go somewhere else. There are plenty of shelters for you to go, and I'm going to give you the list of them right now. So the first one is called Second Avenue Commons. It is located at 700 Second Avenue in Pittsburgh. Their phone number is 412-775-9001. You can also walk in 24/7. Walk-ins are accepted, intakes completed as needed. There is a bus route. There are several bus routes. You can look that up. I'm not reading out all the bus routes. It's right there on the screen. Oh, Lisa. They do have a curfew of 11 p.m., so you will not be allowed out after 11 p.m. chasing down the crack. Sorry. And they are actually, all of them are wheelchair accessible. I know that does not help you in any way, but I just thought I would state it. The second one is East End Cooperative Ministry, located at 6140 Station Street in East Liberty. Their number is 412-345-7135. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon and 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. They do take a lunch break from noon to 1, it looks. They accept walk-ins and intakes completed between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. There's also bus routes for you to take, so there's no excuse and you don't need to be begging for Uber money. Ooh, this is not good though. They do have a curfew of 6 p.m. Looks like Lisa won't be going there. Family Links, located at 1601 Fifth Avenue in Uptown. Their number is 412-924-0500. They accept walk-ins, intakes completed based on availability, and they do have, well, a buttload of bus routes. They also have a curfew of 11 p.m. Next one is McKeesport Downtown Housing, located at 523 Sinclair Street in McKeesport, PA. Their number is 412-664-9168. They accept walk-ins, intakes completed Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So they have a very short acceptance period. But hey, if you're homeless, you'll go for it. They also have a bus route. And, ooh, no curfew. Ooh, looks like Lisa struck out on that one. And the next one, Team PSBG, Low Barrier Shelter McKeesport, located at 523 Sinclair Street, rear. Okay. McKeesport. Their number is 724-244-6565. Walk-ins accepted based on availability. There is a bus route, several of them. And they do have a curfew of 10 p.m. Bethlehem Haven at 903 Watson Street in Uptown. Their number is 412-389-9702. Walk-ins accepted. Appointments are strongly recommended, though, so note that. Intakes completed anytime, typically during the daytime. And they also have a buttload of bus routes. They have a curfew of 10 p.m. Then we have, oops, nope, never mind. This one is not for you, Lisa. But if there are any homeless veterans in Pittsburgh, you have Project Journey, located at 2934 Small Man Street, Strip District. Call 1-844-VLP Vets or walk in for vacancies and intake. Or you can visit www.neverforgetthevets.org to do intake online. They accept walk-ins and intakes completed based on availability. They have one bus route. It is number 13 and no curfews. However, they are not wheelchair accessible, which is very odd, seeing that a lot of homeless vets are disabled. That I don't understand, but that's not on me. Okay, so these shelters are for those identifying as male, transgender, or non-binary. This does not include Lisa, but if somebody out there is male or transgender or non-binary, these are for you. Light of Light at 234 Votary Voidley Street. Yeah, I butchered that one. North Side. Phone number is 412-803-4120. Walk-ins are accepted, intakes completed based on availability. They do have a buttload of bus routes, and they have a curfew of 6:30 p.m. And then they have Pleasant Valley at 1601 Brighton Road, North Side 15212. Their phone number is 412-321-4272. Walk-ins are accepted, completed based on availability, but appointments are encouraged. They only have 3 bus routes, and they have a curfew of 7:30 p.m. I don't think any of these next ones really, well, I'll just go ahead and read them out anyways because they might actually help somebody if they don't help Lisa. So you have 412 Youth Zone. Their phone number is 412-902-4068. Young adults of any identified gender or non-binary individuals in unstable housing, 16 to 23 years old. Nope, that's not you, Lisa, but if somebody out there does fall under that category, this is for you. Downtown Pittsburgh at 304 Wood Street, 6th floor. They are open Monday, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday and Thursdays, 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Wednesdays from 10:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Fridays and Saturdays by appointment only. They do have a buttload of bus routes. They offer clothing, showers, laundry, lockers, toiletries, social help, counseling, computers, medical, and they have a food pantry. That's awesome. Shepherd's Heart. Phone number 412-281-1305. Adults of any identified gender and non-binary individuals. There you go, Lisa. Uptown Pittsburgh, Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. They have a buttload of bus routes. They offer clothing, sometimes showers, laundry, toiletries, social help, and ooh, Lisa, they have a food pantry. There you go. Say bye bye to starving. Next, we have Pleasant Valley at 412-321-4272. This is for all who identify as men and non binary adults. They are located Northside Pittsburgh on 1601 Brighton Road. They are open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. There are 3 bus routes. They don't offer too much. Everything seems to be limited. But hey, check them out anyways if you fall under that category. Then we have Veterans Place, 412-363-0500. Welcome to Veterans Households. So, homeless veterans and their families. They're located at Homewood at 945 Washington Boulevard. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. There are 3 bus routes. They offer, let me see this. They offer clothing, showers, laundry, toiletries, social help, counseling, computers, and from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. on Friday, they have a food pantry. Then they have Light of Light, 412-398-7373. Adults of any identified gender and non-binary individuals. They are located North Side Pittsburgh, 234 Votley Street. I can't pronounce that, but it is North Side. So there you go, Lisa. They are open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Hey, look, Lisa, they have a buttload of bus routes as well. Now, they are limited on clothing. They do allow showers until 10 a.m., but they do offer toiletries, social, help, computers. Please do not use those computers to search for crack or beg people for money. And they do offer a food pantry from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That one seems right up your alley, Lisa. And then they have Proud Havens Center for Youth Drop In at 412-346-1324. Those who identify as, where'd the T in the IA come from? I don't know. I must be very, very behind on today's everything. But those who identify as TLGBQIA plus of all ages, if anybody can tell me what that is, please let me know in the comments. I am now very curious. They're located northside Pittsburgh at 625 East Ohio Street. And let's see, for youth, drop in Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m., 21 and under. And then drop in Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. for all ages. They have a lot of bus routes, and they do offer um they offer clothing, toiletries, social help, computers, and a food pantry. That's badass. Okay, Allegheny drop-in and engagement centers. Pittsburgh Mercy 2AC Engagement Center at 412-775-9001. Age 18 plus, inclusive of all gender identities and non-binary identities, couples, partners, ooh, and pets. Downtown Pittsburgh at 700 2nd Avenue, Pittsburgh. They are open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. They have a couple bus routes. They offer clothing, showers available from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., laundry, lockers, toiletries, social, and help. And then we have Unity Recovery Community Center. That might be a good one for Lisa to look into. Their number is 412-586-5372. Who's it open to? Well, anyone and everyone. They are located Southside Pittsburgh. They are open 24/7. They only offer 2 bus routes, but they do offer clothing, showers, lockers, toiletries, social, counseling, computers, limited medical, and food pantry by donation. So, continuing on, we have the Pittsburgh Shelter Overflow. Starting November 15th, overflow spaces in single shelters listed below will be available, which means every time Lisa says, "Oh, all the shelters are filled," well, now you have these places to go to because these are for overflow. So you have the Pittsburgh Mercy 2nd Avenue Commons Overflow at 412-775-9001. All genders, identities, and non binary individuals. This space can accept those required to register on Megan's Law. Total capacity 40. Daily signups 8:30 a.m. in the engagement center. Individuals can also present in the engagement center until 7 p.m. or at the winter overflow shelter after 7 p.m. daily to inquire about space. Oh my goodness. Shelter locations at 700 2nd Avenue in Pittsburgh. Doors open at 7 p.m. Curfew is from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. Individuals can shower in the morning at the engagement center. So Lisa, you can finally shower. Then you have the community place overflow at 412-727-7654. All genders, identities, and non binary individuals. This space has stairs and is not ADA accessible. This space can accept those required to register on Megan's Law. Well, since it's stairs and not ADA accessible, I'd be careful on those slippery, slippery steps there, Lisa. Total capacity is 12. Present directory at the space for admittance. Entry begins at 7 p.m. Entry ends at 9 p.m. It is located at 7119 Hamilton Avenue, Pittsburgh. Serves dinner and snacks are available. Individuals have access to shower. Individuals are asked to leave the space at 8 a.m. Program will assist with transportation. Holy crap, Lisa. This sounds like a good one for you. Salvation Army Family Caring Center Overflow 412-362-0891 extension 100. Those who identify as women, inclusive of transgender and non-binary individuals, this space cannot accept those registered to or required to register to Megan's Law. Total capacity is 20. Present directory at the shelter for admittance. Entry begins at 7 p.m. Entry ends at 8 p.m. This is located at 6017 Broad Street in Pittsburgh. They serve dinner and breakfast and will be assisted with bus tickets to next location. Ooh, Lisa, there you go. Individuals can store a small amount of items in a storage bin if planning to stay the next evening. The next one is East End Cooperative Ministry Overflow at 412-345-7148. All genders, identities, and non binary individuals. This space cannot accept those required to register on Megan's Law. Total capacity is 20. Present directly at the shelter for admittance at entrance A. Entry begins at 7 p.m., entry ends at 9 p.m. They are located at 6140 Station Street in Pittsburgh. They serve dinner and breakfast. Will be assisted with bus tickets to next location. Individuals can store a small amount of items in the storage bin if planning to stay to the next evening. And we have Light of Life Overflow Shelter at 412-803-4120. All gender identities are non-binary individuals. This space cannot accept those required to register on Megan's Law. Total capacity is 25. 20 spaces available for those identifying as men and 5 spaces for those identifying as women. Present directly at the shelter for admittance. Entry begins at 7 p.m. Entry ends none. It is preferred but not required for those who need a bed to present between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. for intake at Light of Life. They are located at 234 Votley Street in Pittsburgh. They serve dinner and breakfast. Individuals have access to showers. Will be assisted with transportation by shelter if needed. Can access drop-in center during the day to remain inside. Individuals can store a small amount of items in a storage bin if planning to stay the next evening. This next place is Pittsburgh Mercy. Pittsburgh Mercy Emergency Shelter at 2nd Avenue Commons. Location Pittsburgh Mercy Emergency Shelter at 2nd Avenue Commons, located at 700 2nd Avenue in Pittsburgh. You can contact them at 412-775-9001. You can also email at info@secondavenuecommons.org. People served are adults 18 years or older and persons who identify as women or men. Also, members of the LGBTQ plus communities, couples, people with partners, and people with pets. Persons under the age of 18 will be referred to providers who serve youth experiencing homelessness. Dogs and cats, one per person. Please refer to the pet policy. Emergency shelter hours. Pittsburgh Mercy's emergency shelter at 2nd Avenue Commons is open every day. Bed availability at the emergency shelter at 2nd Avenue Commons varies. We encourage you to come in person and speak to our team about what services are currently available. The shelter is often at capacity. Aw, but see, Lisa, that's why you have the overflow one. The one I spoke about before this one. If our emergency shelter is at capacity, we will work with individuals to refer them to other emergency shelters in Allegheny County. Oh, there you go, Lisa. They'll work with you on getting into one that isn't at capacity. That's so awesome for you. Emergency shelter services, intake assessments, housing focused case management services, along with housing diversion and supportive services, connections and linkages to essential health and social services. Allegheny Link, the primary entry point to connect individuals and families who are experiencing homelessness to available resources, physical health and primary care services, crisis diversion services, housing programs, mental health services, substance use treatment centers, ID cards, and other documents. Oh, there you go, Lisa. Social Security, supplemental nutritional assistance program. Oh, yeah, you're not allowed to get food stamps anymore. And other public benefits and entitlements. For the most entitled person on the planet. Utility assistance programs. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Training and employment services, transportation assistance programs, client leadership group, meals, 2 meals a day, breakfast 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., and dinner from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Hygiene kits. Oh, you could definitely use that one, Lisa. Showers 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Medication delivery 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have hit a snag. You have to be quiet from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., Lisa. You are not allowed to sit there and scream, PayPal, friends and family, Chime, Cash App from 10 a.m. or from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I don't know if you can do it, but yeah, you kind of have to. Oops, they have a curfew. Holy crap. So they do have a curfew from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. daily. Well, Lisa, it sounds like you just have to be an adult for once in your life and follow some rules. They also have washers and dryers to do your laundry. And, oh, they have Wi Fi. There you go, Lisa. Just please no screaming or shouting your any kind of money apps or anything like that from the times of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Shelter access. Ready to take that first step? Are you, Lisa? Are you ready to take that first step? Walk in or call us at 412-775-9001. Pittsburgh Mercy Engagement Center at 2nd Avenue Commons. Location, Pittsburgh. I've already gone through that. That was at the beginning. We also have the Catholic Charities Homeless Resource at ccpgh.org/services/housing and shelter assistance. Housing Choice Voucher Program at hacp.org/houses/housing choice voucher. So have emergency housing programs and services. Mobile computing lab page has moved. Oops. Supportive services and referrals, emergency services, community, education, employment, food assistance, health programs and insurance, affordable housing resources, home repair, emergency housing services, seniors transportation, utility assistance, veterans. Look, Lisa, they have something for transportation. Resident services, resident employment, submit a work order, public safety. There's so much out there as far as resources go, and Lisa just does not give a shit. That's the problem. She doesn't care. She doesn't want any of this. This is all the help that she deserves, honestly, but she doesn't want it because, well, we'll go into that at the end. Hey, Lisa, here's the website for employment and training. However, I would suggest getting clean first, which would include at least 9 months to a year in rehab and then another 9 months to a year in sober living before you even attempt to get a job. You know, a real job, not the fake one that you just used as a scam. And last but not least, the Pittsburgh Food Banks. Here is the URL link to get all of the food banks, all less than 2 miles from corner store. Network of Hope Northside Food Pantry is one of them. 412-487-7220. If you press on that top link, or at least type it in, it'll give you a list of all the food pantries in your area. I would hope that you would know how to do that and that I wouldn't have to spend another 15 minutes reading them all off to you, but I probably will have to do that at some point in another video because, well, it is Lisa after all. So there we go. I have given Lisa the list of shelters, emergency shelters, overflow emergency shelters, food banks, employment, anything that she needs if she really was homeless and starving to death. We all know she's not homeless. She is living with Donald. She has been since the eviction, and which was the 23rd of April. And while we know she's not starving to death either because she's still alive, and when she forgets to use the thinning filter, you can see how full her face is. Lisa doesn't want any of this help, though. Lisa's not interested in getting money for food or for cigarettes. She does not need money for a hotel. She herself had came out last Monday stating that she never asked for help with a hotel, even though we have a week's worth of footage of her begging for money for a hotel, but that she can't get a hotel because supposedly she doesn't have a valid ID. She doesn't want help of any kind unless it comes in the form of money so she can buy drugs with it. That's it. The only thing Lisa is interested in is getting high, not getting help with anything else. She could care less. One thing that you can guarantee is Lisa is not sleeping outside. Lisa has not slept outside on any city steps or on the street or a sidewalk, in a tree, in the sewer system. None of that. She has been sleeping comfortably in Donald's house. She also eats there, so we don't have to worry about that. Last night, somebody ordered her a pizza, and she did receive it. All Lisa's doing is lying and lying and lying so that people will continue to send her money, thinking that they're helping some poor homeless lady who hasn't eaten since 1982, and none of it's true. And every time she comes back on live, there's more crack residue on her mouth and her thumb, which should tell you exactly where your money is going. So why people like AB in her last live is giving her $5, I don't understand. You can clearly see the crack residue on her face. I don't know. I'm trying very hard to stop this money train or have her put in jail. One or the other. I mean, either way, she needs to go to jail. And I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep covering her, and I'm going to keep making people aware of who she is and what the money is actually going to. And hopefully one or the other happens first. The money completely stops or she goes to jail. Whichever one I'm happy with. Anyways, I do have a very long video coming out. Let me get back to that and finish it. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Be safe. Bye, guys.